And welcome to episode 558 of the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ian, and this is the only podcast that says.
I forgot to look up a quote.
Nice.
Fuck.
No quote week.
No quote week. I want to make something up. So how are you, sir? Welcome back.
Thanks. Had a good, enjoyable visit with my sister.
That's good.
Yeah. Went to New Orleans for...
Yeah, it's 2 years. So you told me. I was like, I didn't know if that was business or pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure.
That's good.
My birthday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good time.
Oh,
The Big Easy.
the Big Easy. Like, I mean, you've been to New Orleans plenty of times. Like, your dad lived there in the general area. Like for you, what is a trip to New Orleans?
What is it?
Yeah, like for the average person, they go down there and it's to get shit-faced drunk in the French Quarter for a few days,
Right.
and then they fly home hungover. Like, but I mean, you're past the touristy port portion of that. So like what is a trip to New Orleans for you?
Just walking around the streets, eating
Yeah,
some good food, listening to some good jazz,
yeah,
people watch.
yeah. Watch the
Yeah.
tourists get fucked up in the French Quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Jazz Fest was going on down there.
Okay.
The French Quarter Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
But I went to Preservation Hall, which is, like a museum for jazz.
Yeah.
And there was, I don't know, there was, and we ended up getting tickets for they put concerts on in there. It looks like a dilapidated building. It does.
Yeah.
But there's only
everything in New Orleans looks like a dilapidated building almost.
But even inside a little bit.
Yeah.
And there was only 25 people in there.
Yeah.
And it was a 5-piece jazz.
Yeah.
Like good jazz.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's more about the food and the jazz than
the booze.
Than the booze anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like to drink.
Right.
I did drink when I was down there.
Right, I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying
there's a local beer, there's an amber ale. I cannot remember the name of it, but I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it better than Budweiser.
Like, I mean, like the average person goes down there and it's like specifically like, I'm going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go see a haunted plantation.
Yeah, I mean, I was interested in a ghost tour, but I never did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. I mean, it was yeah, I mean, especially during Mardi Gras, because that's what it is. It's just about debauchery.
Right.
But
I mean, this is out. I mean, obviously, well outside.
I was not impressed with Bourbon Street.
No,
because remember, I haven't been there.
Right.
Post Katrina.
Right.
So the last time I was there was a long time ago.
Right.
And so when I ventured onto Bourbon Street, it was just kids playing buckets every half block and loud music, and people had their bars as loud as they can go, and people that were driving up were blaring music and tons of drunk people, and it was crazy. It was not. I stayed off Bourbon,
right,
and did St. Charles, and I mean I did all the other streets, which was much better. 10 times better.
Because it's not as touristy.
I guess I
guess the thing, I mean, you talk to people and say, well, I went to Bourbon Street and, got hammered and...
Yeah, I've done that already.
Right. Yeah, I get that. That's the thing. So I think it is so crowded because it's that is the Times Square of New Orleans.
But there's there's the aquarium is there, which is really cool. I didn't do that, but I still did the classics like Cafe Du Monde and coffee and beignets.
Yeah.
I did not get a po' boy or a muffalata this time, but I had some amazing catfish and slide out.
Yeah.
Mm. But,
Yeah.
but there's some good food, and I had some great food in New Orleans, and a lot of blackened food, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good time. And yeah, so it was fun.
Good.
Seeing the sister was fun.
Yeah.
All the kids and
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
Except I can't. I mean, I left, and I had a cold like 5 days before, and when I got there, I was fine,
Yeah.
even with the plane. And I came back, and my nose started running.
Yeah.
It developed right into bronchitis.
Ah.
Yeah, I got tested and everything. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, test me for everything. RSV, flu.
Yeah.
So I was down in the thick of it,
Right.
I was fine. So, I mean, I'm not fine. I have bronchitis, but
Right.
I don't have any of the other shit.
Yeah.
But the plane didn't help because it messed with the pressure in my ears.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, it was a good time. The big 5-0.
That's right. I forgot. I'm sorry. I mean, I wish you a happy birthday, but I forgot. I forgot I was 50. I always think there's more distance between us. I always think you're like 3 years behind me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. No.
I'm not that far behind you.
I know you're not. I know. Like in my head, you are though. But for like, I always have like a little bit more distance. But let me ask you this question because I'm curious, and it's going to lead into some of our subjects for today.
All right.
Were you tempted to drive it?
Drive what?
Like home. Like you used to do it from your dad.
No.
Like as a 16-year-old, your dad handed you the keys to that Ford Ranger, and you drove home.
Yeah.
And there was no temptation to like.
None.
Okay.
No. I hadn't.
The reason I asked, I mean, and the thing, what was that? That was an '89 Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. 88.
88. Okay. Ford is reintroducing the Ford Ranger.
Okay.
Now, because like, one of those things I've always wondered about is, like, Ford had the Ranger, and Chevy had the
S10.
The S10, yeah. And like they were like compact pickup trucks that were like usable. Like they weren't half tons, but like you could it had a decent towing capacity. It had like, a good sized bed.
Yeah.
Like it was a truck that served a purpose.
Right.
Even though it was smaller. And I mean, and you drove that Ranger till the wheels fell off.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, you took good care of it, but I mean, you drove that thing till the wheels fucking fell off, and that was a good 10 years.
I'm trying to think.
Because it was an '88 Ranger, I think
10 years.
Yeah, like 98. It
yeah, I think
it bowed out.
I think the thing had 200,000 on it.
Yeah, I mean, because you were driving that down to visit your dad. You drove that everywhere.
Yeah, I did.
So
it's a good truck.
It was a very good truck. And it's like always been like that market that I've been like, why isn't there like any real like mid-sized to small pickup truck market anymore?
Yeah,
everybody wants a fucking Silverado or an F-150 or whatever they are.
Yeah, I think the only small trucks left. Well, I don't know this for sure because I haven't looked at a truck in a long time. But I know Toyota makes the Tacoma.
Yeah,
which is a smaller truck.
Right.
It doesn't look small, but it is.
Right.
It would be in the Ranger class.
Right.
But I don't know of any other. I don't know of any others. You know what I mean?
I think Hyundai makes one.
Probably.
But anyway, like, Ford's re-entered the market with two different vehicles. One is the Ford Ranger, bringing that back. And it is like the thing I always thought about was like, well, the biggest challenge has to be seating, because the S10 and the Ranger back in the day,
right,
it had the bench seat, which I don't think you can legally put in a car anymore.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean, I think legally you have to have the single seats now.
Right.
And also, like, the average person, they want the 4 to 5 seat passenger capability, which,
right.
I mean, with the old school S10 or the Ranger was impossible. Well, here's a side view of the Ford Ranger. So,
Okay.
I mean, it looks to me like, I mean, it's got the four person capability with the
Bed.
the bed, but the bed does look a bit smaller.
Yeah, it looks like a 6-foot bed.
Yeah.
Let me see. Not even that, maybe. Yeah, it's probably a 6-foot bed.
And then there's the Ford Maverick, which the first time I saw the Ford Maverick, and I've seen a couple of them now, the bed, it's the same kind of look. It looks smaller from like the standpoint of like the thing I liked about the Ranger and the S10 was it was lower like a car, but it had the bed.
Yeah.
It looked like a small,
like an El Camino.
A little bit. It looked more like a truck than an El Camino did. The El Camino had the bed.
Yeah.
But the El Camino had like the car front with the bed in the back, where like the Ranger and the S10, it looked like it was a truck just miniaturized.
Yeah.
So that's the Maverick. Now the bed is about 3.5 feet long.
Huh.
I mean, it's a useless bed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even sure why they even put like, except they wanted to get into this compact market with Hyundai.
Okay.
I think that's who it was.
Or Honda.
No, the Hyundai Santa Cruz is the Maverick's only other compact pickup competitor is a Hyundai Santa Cruz.
Huh.
They have a towing capacity of 2,000 pounds, 16 almost 1,700 pound payload, and it's affordable. And that was always the big thing with the Ranger and the S10. They were cheap. Like, you could, like, Century 3 Chevrolet used to have the deal, like, it was like $100 down, like $100 a month.
Yeah.
For the S10. It was like the two they had was like the S10 and the Chevy Cavalier that you could get for $100 down, $100 a month.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And this is like the base model price is $23,000, which for a brand new vehicle is actually
for the Maverick.
For the Maverick, yeah. I didn't catch a price point for the Ranger.
Yeah.
But the Maverick is like very affordable.
Is it 4-wheel drive?
I think there are certain versions of it that come with 4-wheel drive. It's front-wheel drive with a 4-cylinder turbo 2.0 liter engine.
Okay. What is it?
A 4-cylinder turbo 2.0 liter engine.
Huh.
It creates 250 horsepower with 277 pounds of torque.
Well, that's not too bad.
No. Not I mean, the 4-cylinder turbo is nice. But I wonder, like, with these two types of trucks coming back, and the love affair that you had with your Ranger, would that be something that, like, I know you're not in the market for it, but I'm just saying, like, would that be something that, like, if you were to be in the market, you'd say, let me take a look at that.
If it was roomy enough with towing capacity, then yeah, I would be interested in that. You know, if it came with a tow package.
Yeah.
But I'd have to see it.
Yeah.
I'd have to get in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not want a Ranger. I would not want to be driving a Ranger now.
Right. No, I understand that. I mean, it's funny. Like, there was that night I think I came and picked up you and Doug.
Yeah.
And you were like, you got to take my car. I'm like, I don't want to fucking take your car. There's 3 of us. Just take my car.
Right.
And you're like, no, you got to drive my car home and I'll bring you back for yours. I'm like, motherfucker. But the 3 of us piled in that Ranger and it was like, you know.
Sardines.
Yeah, we were like in a clown car. But it was like, it was roomy enough. Like, if it was just me and you.
Yeah.
Like, we could have sat in there comfortably. Like, the 3 of us obviously made it awkward because...
Well, it looks like it has quad cabs on it.
It does. Yeah, I mean, it's got four passenger seating, but I think the problem becomes, like, especially with the Ranger, the new Ranger, how much leg room does the back person really have?
Yeah. No, I know.
Especially with someone like you or I.
Yeah.
You know, because of our height, because of our need for leg room in the front, like, how much leg room does the person have in the back?
Right.
You know, like, but that's always a problem with a taller person. Like, if you're average, if you're 5'10", maybe that's not as big of a problem for that back seat person.
Right.
If the front seat person is an average size.
Yeah.
And that's probably what they're taking into consideration is like, well, the average person is 5'9.5", so you know, all you need is this much leg room based upon a front seat person using this much leg room, you know.
Right.
Whereas, like, you know, behemoths like you and I, we get in there and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, there's no leg room back there.
Yeah.
A toddler can't sit back there, you know.
I know.
But the flip side of that is like for me, that's not that big of a deal because I don't normally have people in my back seat.
Right.
You know, with you, it's still a little bit of a deal because, you know, you go around with your family.
Right.
So you do need a little bit more of that room in the back as compared to me. But like I would almost like the thing about the S10 and the Ranger was like it was a thing where like if I needed a truck, like unless I was moving a couch, and even then, depending on how far I was moving the couch, like an S10 or a Ranger could really get the job done.
Yeah.
For most things. You know, like the bed was big enough that you could, you know, it was a usable vehicle still.
Yeah.
Whereas like the Maverick looks like that bed is like for carrying groceries. Like
I'd have to look at the dimensions of the bed.
Yeah.
But if you were, say, yes, if you were doing stuff like that,
yeah,
it could probably hold like 10 bags of mulch or less.
Right.
Like if you wanted the car to use,
like I mean, clearly the Maverick is not meant as a work truck.
Well, if it's 4-wheel drive and it has some torque and horsepower and it has some towing capacity,
yeah,
then you can use it to go camping and all kinds of shit because your camping gear will fit.
Right.
You know, in the ride, especially in that bed.
Right. I mean, it's like having a large trunk.
Yeah. No, it is.
It is. I mean, like you put a tonneau cover on that.
Yeah.
And then it's basically a very large trunk.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by. I'm more intrigued by that Maverick than I am the Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just because of the The expense, like it's less expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number one.
I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean, and two, like you and I, we like.
Well, put it this way: when I went out to look for a car,
Right.
I knew I'd be traveling as part of my job.
Right.
Or eventually.
Right.
So I didn't really want to ride. I mean, I looked at trucks.
Right.
And everything new was like $60,000.
Yeah, brand new trucks are ridiculous.
But even at a couple of years off, they're still at 40,000, 35,000. I'm like,
they are, yeah.
That's sick. And believe me, I wanted a truck because I always had one.
Right. The truck market is outrageous.
Because after the Ranger,
yeah,
my next truck was an F-150.
Right. That again, you ran until the wheels fell off.
Yeah. So I wanted another truck.
Right.
But just wasn't in the cards. But I got, I like the RAV4. It's too small for me. I mean, it's not too small for me, actually. I drive around in it very nicely.
Right.
Wish it was a little bit higher off the ground, but, it has good gas mileage. And
yeah.
I had to think reasonably, not
what
I want.
So like a 4-cylinder with a turbo.
I don't know the answer to that because I've never driven anything like that.
Right, but
I mean, I think my RAV is a 4-cylinder, but it's Toyota.
Right. But like, okay, so like all the turbo does is give you more horsepower. It's still going to be good on gas because it's a 4-cylinder.
Right.
But the turbo allows you to have more power.
Right.
So, like, yeah, you're probably still looking at like 25 miles to the gallon city.
Yeah.
But you've got, I get what you're saying. Like it.
I like to look at the specs on it.
Okay.
Like the Maverick and.
Yeah.
It's my F-150. My F-150 had terrible gas mileage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that also had like a V8.
Yeah.
That had a 6.
Yep, straight 6. That was.
Yeah.
But it still guzzled.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
But I like that big truck because it had an 8-foot bed on it.
Yeah.
So I could move a couch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like the old Rangers and S10s had like a 6-foot bed.
Yeah. Some were shorter.
Some were shorter, yeah.
Right. They made them shorter.
Like
usually the ones with the quad cab had the shorter bed.
Right. Yeah. Like, and that's the interesting thing. Like, it looks like with like the Maverick, it has the quad cab and they sacrificed the bed.
Yeah.
Where with the Ranger, it's got the quad cab, but it doesn't look like they sacrificed the bed.
Yeah, I have to, like I said, I have to see the specs on.
Right.
The bed.
Which is why I think the Ranger is more expensive because you're still getting the 6-foot bed with the quad cab.
Yeah, but $20,000's not bad.
For the Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, it's weird because I look at it, I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, well, you're just goofy looking. Like, I mean, why even have a fucking 3-foot bed? But like, as you talk about it, it starts to make sense based upon how much it can tow. Like, you put the cover on that thing, and now it's just a big trunk where you put all your luggage and stuff, and you.
Yeah, if it's 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, it'll get you where you need to go.
Yeah, and you get you slap your Gulfstream on the back.
Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah.
Pop up
Scotty
camper. Yeah, whatever you want on there. Yeah, like I said, I'd have to check it out.
Yeah.
It interests me. I just want to see the dimensions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get that, but I mean,
I don't want a Nissan Cube.
No,
I gotta make sure it's bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think. Let me look here real quick. Like for the Maverick, I was able to pull up the dimensions. So.
Well, you do that.
Well, I got them right here.
Oh, okay.
Front headroom was 40.3 inches. Rear headroom 39.6. Front legroom 42.8 inches. Rear legroom 35.9. Front shoulder, 57.3. So, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. All right, so just kind of looking it up real quick here. So the the Ranger, it boosts the Super Crew cab with a 5-foot bed and a 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine. The Ranger will start at 34,600, and the Ranger Raptor will have a base of 56.9. So it lands amidst tough mid-sized competition with Chevy Colorado, the GMC Canyon, and the Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah.
So that's what the Ranger's going up against. And it is a slightly larger. It looks more truckish.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it sits up a little bit higher as compared to like the Maverick, which I have seen, which does sit like at car size.
Yeah.
But it looks like a truck with the small bed.
Right.
So that's that. The thing I do hate, but this is like with all new cars now. Like they got like that whole everything's OLED. Like the gauge cluster is an LED screen. There's a fucking iPad.
No, I know.
In the console, like it's what controls everything.
Well, that's the biggest problem I have with not that. But the biggest problem I have with my RAV is I love the car.
Right. What year is it?
It's 2017.
Okay.
There's more room in it than you think there is.
Right.
There's plenty of trunk room.
Right.
The hatch.
Right.
It's a hatch, but it's a huge area.
Right.
It's not like a hatchback Civic.
Right.
Back seats, people could fit in it just fine. There's a lot of room. And I can fit in the front, leg-wise.
Right.
Which I cannot in a CRV.
Right.
I cannot fit in a CRV.
Yeah.
My knees hit the dash.
Yeah.
That's with the seat all the way back. And that surprises me with Hondas because Honda cars, aside from Civics,
notorious for their legroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually the height's okay. It's legroom. But Toyotas are famous for having that legroom.
Yeah.
But my biggest problem is, like you said, all LED lighting. Everything's there. And I like the lighting. I like the screen. I like the backup screen. I like it all. But they invested so much into I wouldn't say interior. I mean, the front dash looks good, but Toyota interiors are shit. Yeah. They always have been.
Right.
Except if you get into like the Sequoia range.
Right.
If you 4Runner, Tundra.
Yeah, the low end, it's all plastic looking and
not, I mean, mine's pretty nice, but I mean, usually they're not that great.
Right.
But they did all this investment in those lights and everything. But my headlights are shit.
Yeah.
Like they're just not. They're not LED bulbs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I guess maybe they didn't make them that year for that RAV, for that model. I don't know. Because I have an XLE, which is, I think, the highest one that I can get.
Yeah.
But there's no LED bulbs. So my lights look like a fucking Ford LTD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the beams.
Right.
I don't have good vision with them. And so that's my only complaint about it. My fog lights are actually better than my actual lights.
Have you thought about just replacing the bulbs?
You can't go into an LED bulb without a specific.
Oh, okay.
It'll get too hot, I think.
Okay, that I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it would just be like, you buying a bulb for like an LED bulb for your lamp,
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I've never felt like my soul. I don't think I have LED bulbs.
Right.
But I also I don't have a problem with. Now, granted, I don't drive like you do at night.
Right.
Like the way you come home and stuff, you're driving some back, not back roads, but highway, not as well lit.
Right.
Where I'm usually staying suburban.
Right.
So yeah, I could see where like to you that would be much more important than
right.
Yeah. Where with me, I don't have a problem, but like the other day, like somebody like passed, like, and it's like they had those LED lights. I was like, and like it was like, I'm glad you could see into the future with those motherfuckers because it was really bright in my eyes.
I know.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like for what the type of driving you do, that would be important.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd like to have some,
Yeah.
better headlights.
Exactly. I get that.
But I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. I knew they would come. I was waiting to hear what the new Ranger.
Yeah.
Because it used to be. Let's see. The F-150 was the Ford Lightning. That was their top of the line.
Now the Lightning is their electric.
Yeah. Well, it used to be the Ford Lightning was their top of the line ballsy truck with
right.
like 380 horsepower. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
The Ranger, I think, used to be the STX. That was their top line Ranger,
right?
as memory serves.
Right.
That's like the 4x4 package and
right.
fog light, all that. Sometimes roll bars, I thought maybe. I don't know. And now it's they came up with the Raptor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody has their
like
like the Mustang. There was the Mustang, and then there was the Mustang Cobra.
Right, but I mean the Cobra was like that was like the Shelby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a little Cobra one.
Yeah.
But I mean,
like there was the Mustang GT, the GT 500.
For Pittsburgh driving, I wouldn't even want a Cobra.
No.
I wouldn't want anything with low profile.
No.
Nothing like that.
I saw somebody the other day driving a Lamborghini. And I was just like I first of all, I'm like, wow, there's a Lamborghini. And I thought to myself, like, wow, that thing must bottom out like crazy.
Yeah.
It just like, I mean, even like sitting there in traffic looking at it, like it sat so low to the ground. I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, why?
Right.
And there's no place to open that thing up either.
Huh.
Like maybe you take it on a 66.
Highway 43.
Yeah, 43. Let's take a run from West Mifflin to Slippery Rock in 10 minutes.
Right.
Because we're going to open that bitch up. But yeah, I would never buy anything like with a low profile like that.
Right.
Well, because you're right, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No.
Not in Pittsburgh.
No.
Not with the fucking potholes.
No. Not even close. Like even like I see like somebody like with like a newish Corvette. I'm just like, that's badass.
Don't take it to Century 3.
Yeah.
That's how you do $10,000 worth of damage to your car.
Yeah. Yeah.
The back way to Giant Eagle.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up in a heartbeat.
I swear I almost fished in one of those potholes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't blame you.
I just couldn't believe the size of it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while they'll come, like every great once in a while they'll come in and patch it.
Yeah.
But I mean the mulch's being torn down, but They only did that for the trucks that are there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
They didn't do it for the people driving through.
I'm sure, like, the construction workers, like, you need to do something about this shit.
There was a fucking crater so big.
Keyword is crater.
Yeah. That I had to go into the oncoming lane to avoid it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go in the other lane.
Yeah.
Because it stretched 2 lanes.
Oh my God.
It was so big that I was like, I'm gonna bend my rim if I hit this.
Yeah. Yeah, take it up on the grass.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Anyway, but that's how you do some damage to a car. You just take it to Century 3.
Yeah. I haven't been back here in so long, and the last time I was there, I was just like,
it would swallow your car
fucking up. Again.
It would swallow your car up.
Yeah. That poor soul would be swimming.
It would be.
I got lectured the other day about my car.
A what?
Got a lecture on Facebook about my car.
Why?
So I belong to like a Kia Soul fan group on Facebook. It's all, people posting pictures of their car, and, I'm looking, just like, what can I do? Like, maybe modify a little bit, And I've seen some things, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. But I posted a picture because I just got a new front license plate for it, and it's a Gotham City license plate. It says Bat1.
Okay.
Okay. I got the Wayne Enterprises thing in the back. I'm like, it's black. It's a black license plate. It looks cool,
Right.
So I thought, I'm going to post pictures of it, and I posted a picture of going through the car wash. So I, like, giving the lady a bath.
Yeah.
And then I posted pictures of her, like, the back and the front and the side views. So people could see my soul, which I'm very proud of. I work very hard to take good care of her. And this guy, like, posted like this book about how I need to hand wash my car.
Oh, God.
And I'm just like, because of it'll take care, it'll ruin the clear coat and everything else. And I'm just like, thanks. Like, I don't have that option,
Yeah.
I don't have the option to hand wash my car, so but make sure I buy good soap. And I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't happening. Sorry, buddy.
Right.
I thought about today, because I did that like 2 weeks ago, and like today I was taking it back through. It got dirty. I got pollen and all the rain and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, honey, you need a bath. So I took it up the Giant to went through the car wash there, and
yeah.
That just reminded me, like, this guy, like, berating me for taking my car through a car wash.
Some people are like that. I used to be like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
But I used to just hand wash my Ranger. I did.
Yeah.
But that ended after the Ranger.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I still wash the cars, but
yeah,
I'm not like I was when I was,
yeah,
using the toothbrush and the Q-tips inside. I don't do that anymore. I just vacuum the shit out, spray my windows down.
I would like to get her detailed.
Yeah.
Like, not that it's like she's like, I try not to eat in the car, but sometimes I do, and shit gets awry. I've wiped her down and stuff, but it's that odd thing of, like, she could use a good scrubbing.
Yeah.
On the inside, but it's like $200 to have somebody like
right.
Really.
Everything is so expensive.
Right. And I understand. You're talking about somebody taking 2.5 hours of their time to do this. I understand. To get it done properly, to shampoo the carpets, to do the seats right. And by the way, my passenger seat, Day one, day fucking one of me owning that car, I went down and got Nancy something to eat and spilled black beans all over that front seat.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, so like it's needed clean ever since then. But it's also just like man, like I understand like it's you know your time and your materials are worth money, but like fuck $220 to like get her detailed properly. I'm like, I can't swing that. I'll just throw some armor all on that shit.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I hear you. I do armor roll.
Yeah, but I mean, like, as much as I'd love to get it like really like professionally done, it's so expensive, and I'm just like, man, I don't want to spend that kind of money.
Right. Who wants to?
Yeah. But like there's like that spot. And this is like it's where the latch is for the gas tank.
Yeah.
And it's like this little indention, and then there's the latch like in there.
Yeah.
Well, like all in there is just like gravel and
get it out of there.
Well, I mean, you get in there as best you can, but like I need like I would need like to get like a specific tip to get in there and really get it. Like the tips are too big at the car wash, like get into that spot. It's like it gets picked up, but like there's still like remnants there.
Sounds like you're in a whorehouse.
I know. It's awful.
What the fuck?
I know. He's a special tip.
Yeah.
I could already see Thad's email. I got a special tip. I'll bet you do, you motherfucker.
You know what? I went down to New Orleans. Kath and I did some walking, and she came out with like long pants and a shirt on, and it was cooler that day.
Yeah,
not cold, but it was like 75.
Right,
that's cold to her.
Right.
Meanwhile, Pittsburgh boy, I'm
shorts and a t-shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, shorts and a t-shirt. And I'm like, so we're going down, and we're kind of, she's taking me this way, and I was like, Kath, we're really close to the water here.
Yeah.
Like I could see water, like 6 feet away from me.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're like in gator country here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We are in the marsh at some of these points, and I'm like, it's making me a little nervous. I mean, I saw gators when I was there.
Right.
So we're walking, and everything was cool. You know?
Yeah.
Got back to the house, and I took a shower. Got out the shower, and I start itching. I'm like, man, I'm like itchy.
Yeah.
You know? And I looked at my arms, and I absolutely got torn up. And I had off on.
Yeah.
And my legs, same.
Yeah.
And I was like, did I get bed bugs or somewhere or something?
Yeah.
But it's not. Because it's only on areas exposed.
Yeah.
There's no, like... the only thing affected is the areas that were exposed. And that's from my knee to my sock line.
That's on your dallywhacker.
No. But from my knee to my sock line and from my elbow where my sleeve came down.
Right.
To my wrist, to my hand. And I just got torn up.
Yeah.
And I cannot figure out what I got into. Like, mosquitoes you see.
Right.
I didn't even feel like I was getting bit.
Right.
So I don't know if it was like chiggers. Maybe.
Yeah.
I still can't figure it out.
That's definitely a southern thing when you're talking about jiggers.
Chiggers. CH.
CH, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot. They're like a mite.
Yeah.
And I was close to this. I was in the swamp.
Right.
Pretty much. So I just cannot figure. I mean, it wasn't deer flies because you'll feel a deer. As soon as a deer fly hits you, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Or horse fly. I mean,
right.
They're huge. and they hurt.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes, usually you see them.
Right.
But when you're walking, mosquitoes will land on you and stuff like that, but more when you're sitting still versus like walking at a faster pace. So yeah, I don't know. I got into something down there.
Wow.
It's just like crazy. Tyson's crazy. I don't know.
Well, I watched a couple of things this week. I finally got myself signed back up for Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So I've watched the final season of Jack Ryan.
Okay.
And I enjoyed the hell out of that.
Okay. Good.
Like,
I liked it too.
Yeah, like I mean, and like the series as a whole is so well done, and I'm glad it went out on a high note. And it's that thing of like, fuck, I want to see more. Like it's bad as that, but because it's that thing of like what's ahead for that character still.
Right.
In a lot of ways, like he still has to. He still has the Red October coming up. He still has all this other stuff, and like you've seen that. Like I like to see this version of Jack Ryan handling stuff like that.
Right.
Where as compared to Alec Baldwin and Harrison Ford, but
right.
As much as I love what those two did with the character, like that would be kind of cool. But I did enjoy the final season. I was happy with the way it ended.
Yeah.
I wished it would have been a little bit longer than it, because it got to a point where it started to feel rushed.
Badass in court though.
Oh yeah, like when he walked into the Senate hearing, yeah, and he just like told that senator like, "You are a stupid motherfucker."
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh. So yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of that, and I also just finished the second season of Reacher.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Tell me that wasn't good.
Oh.
Tell me what's his name wasn't good.
Oh.
The guy from Ant-Man and Wasp.
He was in Jack Ryan.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah, but he was a badass. Like,
yeah, he almost made it for me. Like, I liked him. I liked the whole thing.
Like, I like John Krasinski as Ryan. I liked Michael Kelly as November. The Wendell Pierce as Greer. I thought it was fantastic. But like, Michael Ruiz as Chavez. Like, I was like, oh shit, this guy kicked it into a whole other gear. Because I forget that he can do because everything he's been doing lately has been kind of like comedy-ish. Like I think he played the dad of.
Yeah, he's been in tons of comedy.
Yeah. So like
the last thing I saw that was not a comedy that he was in was the one where the aliens. Remember, we thought they were aliens. Did you never watch it?
I'm trying to think of what one you're talking.
It's like they were in the apartment and all of a sudden it was like War of the Worlds.
No, that one eluded me.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
I gotta look this up. Skadoosh. Let's look him up. Okay, yeah. So I'm pulling up his IMDb. All right, come on, Michael Pena. Is that Moonfall?
No. Name the movies recently.
Extinction?
Yes.
Okay.
You never saw that?
No.
Oh, fuck. You talk about a great science fiction movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic. You need to watch that. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I mean it.
Let me see the front of it. Or what's it say? It should not give a spoiler out.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. I think you'll be completely into it.
Well,
Don't read any spoilers.
It also has Lizzie Kaplan in it, who I absolutely love.
Yeah. Don't read any spoilers.
I won't.
Because if you read the spoiler, it'll ruin the movie for you.
Yeah, no, I don't want to ruin the movie.
It's fantastic. You talk about a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
Oh. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, he's a very good actor. But yeah, then Reacher, season 2 of Reacher, that was fucking holy shit! What a ride.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good. I like the storyline.
Yeah.
I thought it was well written. Like I like how it kept moving.
Yeah.
And like there was a problem to solve. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it was sort of like a mystery. I mean that's kind of how Reacher is, but I don't know. I like this story. Yeah. Is what I'm saying. Like I was really.
I like how it tied into his past.
Yeah, I really dug into what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like the whole special investigators and
yeah,
like
being knocked off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And even like in the face of death, that one guy was just like, I can't wait till the big guy gets a hold of you.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's massive.
He is.
Yeah, dude. He's like.
The thing I can't figure out is how does he find clothing off the rack?
He's like the fucking juggernaut.
Because he's 6'4".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like he's 6 foot.
And they were like, yeah, this guy's not just going to go into a Goodwill and just get things.
See, he's 6'4". He's probably 245 pounds, all muscle. There's no fucking way this guy is just walking into a Goodwill and finding shit in his size.
Yeah, there's no way, dude.
None.
Yeah, that's why I found like dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just going to pull shit off the rack in a small thrift shop.
Yeah.
No way.
In the middle of podunk nowhere.
Yeah, there's no way. Nobody looks like that there.
No. No, not even close.
Like, the dude's so big.
He's in that gas station pulling stuff like, I need clothes. Like, where the fuck are you finding clothes at a gas station?
Yeah.
What are you buying, a medium?
Yeah, no one's... None of your clothes are in the lost and found, sir.
Yeah.
No. None of your clothes.
No.
You know? None of them. You can't lose a pair of pants that big. I'm 6'3". You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, Bruce Banner having pants that, like, expand with them as the Hulk.
Yeah, he looks like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks bigger than Ferrigno.
Oh, yeah.
I'm serious.
I know you are.
Dude's fucking massive.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, yeah, those are the two things I watched. And Reacher was really fucking good. And next I'm going to watch... Well, tomorrow I need to watch Rebel Moon Part 2. I wanted to watch that today, but I was so tied up in Reacher, I was like, well, I ain't giving this shit up. No. And then I got Fallout.
Yes.
And I ordered this. I got it on Blu-ray. I can't wait to watch it. A blast from our past. I have the entire series of Thundar the Barbarian.
No way.
Way.
Ookla and all.
Ookla and Princess Ariel. The Sun Sword. Whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Was it one season?
Yeah. Yeah. They ran the same season over and over again for like 5 years, but it was like 22 total episodes.
Right.
So I can't wait to dig into that. Hopefully that holds up.
Right. Yeah, it was.
Like, I remember beating the shit out of my sister because that was on at the same time as Smurfs.
Yeah.
And like, well, I ain't not fucking watching Smurfs. We are watching Thundar. And then I get told on and wouldn't be allowed outside.
Nice.
Yeah, way to ruin my Saturday, Trace. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that, and I hope it holds up because it's like I doubt it's gonna hold up, but I hope it's still like entertaining. Like I can suspend myself and be like that 7-year-old kid again.
Right.
Like going like, this is amazing. You get him, Thundar.
Yeah.
So I remember like I went back and I watched Speed Racer. I mean, and Speed Racer is a beloved childhood memory of mine. That was fucking awful.
Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's awful, but it's almost pop culture.
Yeah. I mean, it is. And it's like, and it may, like, having watched that, and I watched it before I went to go see the movie.
Yeah.
And when I went to go see the movie, I'm like, well, this is just like an episode of Speed Racer. This makes complete sense to me.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like, oh, it made no sense. It was horrible. Like, no, they made an episode of Speed Racer.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And it's glorious
if you paid attention to it.
Yeah, it's nothing. I mean, they didn't.
I mean, it wasn't great. No. But neither really were the Speed Racers.
No, they weren't.
But it was a long episode of Speed Racer.
It was. It really was.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it in that sense, the movie's brilliant.
It is. Because that's the way I watched it.
Yeah.
As I'm watching, I'm like, oh, this is nothing more than an episode of Speed Racer.
Yeah.
They really did. They really just made a 2-hour Speed Racer episode.
Yeah, live action.
Yeah.
With effects.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's glorious because of it.
Yeah, I know. It's perfect.
Yeah. Like, they did it perfectly.
Yeah, if you go into it with that attitude,
yeah,
then you'll enjoy what you watched.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's such a...
Because that's how I watched it. And like I walked out of the theater, I'm like, that was fucking amazing. I can't believe they did that. But like everybody else is like, oh, it's fucking horrible. I'm like, you didn't get what I got from it.
Yeah, it was just they weren't Speed Racer fans.
No. Or they don't remember it.
Yeah.
For what it was.
It was probably something from their childhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I thought, at first I didn't like it, but then I watched it again.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I watched it again.
Yeah.
With the mindset of, this is a Speed Racer episode. This isn't grand cinema.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And going into that, it was like, Speed Racer.
It works.
Chim Chim makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like the whole thing makes sense because it was nothing more. Like even that moment where like they're all fighting in that hotel room and Pops, like you see like the wrestling championship ring, and then he starts spinning people around. You're like, that's Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm right there.
Yeah.
So. And I watched, the first time I saw it too, I saw it in IMAX. That was, the only thing I wish I had taken like some motion sickness pills. Because, I mean, on a screen that big, it was nausea inducing.
Right.
Especially the ending.
Right.
I was like, whew, that's going really fast.
Right.
But yeah, that and I wanted to go back and rewatch Robotech, but I'm afraid to.
Right.
Because it's like that, man, what if it stinks?
Yeah.
Like what? But there's a lot of stuff like that. I love to go back and rewatch like Star Blazers. Because I've watched, like, I have that movie, Space Battleship Yamato, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously amazing. But I was like, man, I should go back and, like, first off, they're very expensive to try to buy.
Yeah.
And second, it's like, man, what if it stinks?
Yeah.
So, like, it's like I have that, like, that little, like, pit in my stomach when it comes to anything like that I hold nostalgia for.
Right.
Because there have been so many things that have completely let me down, like Airwolf.
Right.
Like the Dukes of Hazzard, like Knight Rider. Like, you're just like, what the fuck was wrong with me?
Right.
Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
Oh. Woo.
And we used to watch that religiously.
What's amazing, though, is like the same guy who did Buck Rogers, Glenn Larson, he did Battlestar Galactica. Battlestar Galactica, the first season, the holds up much better than Buck Rogers does.
Yeah, it does.
Now, I mean, if you compare it to like the remake in the 2000s, like, it suffers from 70s cheese because it's like every episode ends with like Starbuck and Apollo like laughing, like,
Yeah.
Whereas like in the remake, like, there is no laughter. Nobody's fucking happy.
Right.
It's nothing but sadness and despair the entire 5 seasons.
Right.
Which it makes much more sense from a like, well, where would you be? Like, well, yeah, you'd probably be pretty down. You've lost your planet. You're stuck in a ship. Things suck.
Well, and then there was like Buck Rogers.
Oh,
right.
Like with like the disco and
and the cheese from what's his name? Meanie.
Oh yeah,
Twinkie.
Yeah.
And there was that cheese.
Yeah, Dr. Theopolis.
Yeah, and yes, and then there was there was always the chick that could see through her shirt.
Yeah, the Princess Aurora, I think.
Yeah, she always had the stretch suit on.
Yeah,
I mean, come on now.
Oh.
How about you, Buck?
Yeah.
It's like, and he's just like, I don't know, Gil Gerard.
Oh, Gil Gerard. He was just like, I'll hit that for my planet. I'll do a Kirk.
I know.
Wilma Darling, she's the one for me, but I'll hit that for my planet.
Got a little Ming in you.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I need to watch Flash Gordon again. It's been a while.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
It is good.
It's so ridiculously bad it's good.
Oh, it's horrible.
It is.
Especially the football scene.
Oh,
is it horrible?
Fight this. Are your men on the right pills?
Right. Yeah. And the effects were so bad.
They are. Oh, they were. Yeah.
Especially that one part where the spaceship's like,
yeah,
Planet 9.
Yeah, like you can see it like on the string.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the same sense when Birdman came out and the music started.
Oh yeah.
I get chills right now.
Amazing.
I know. I get chills right now.
Like that my guitar kicks in and
yeah. Then the old man dies.
Yeah.
It's great.
Who gave that guy the most important mission? Like, what were they thinking?
That guy was, I know, but the main Hawk man.
Oh yeah.
King or whatever.
Yeah.
That dude was badass.
Oh yeah.
He was like Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
Who played?
Hey, man, he was fucking incredible.
Because that was like, I mean, like Timothy Dalton was in that movie. He played the Baron, the Prince Baron, I think it was. But like, I think the guy who played the wrong thing. I'm trying to look this up. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like just yelling at us, like, "It was so and so, you dumb fucks." All right, so yeah, Timothy Dalton played Prince Baron. Brian Blessed played Voltan.
Yeah.
And I mean, that guy's like, one of those like all-time British actors.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I love that dude.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some things he's done where you're just like, what were you thinking? Like, he played Boss Nass in The Phantom Menace.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was the actor behind
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. A lot of voice acting work. But yeah, so Brian Blessed. Hartman Ava. Loved him. All right.
All right.
Anything like you add to the proceedings there, sir?
No, man, I'm good.
Well, remember, there are a number of different ways you can reach out and touch us. You can send us an email like Thad does every week, basically insulting us and whatnot. He is going to Kennywood tomorrow, though. He did say that, so I hope he enjoys himself. I hope he gets a chance to ride the steel curtain. Oh, no, that's right. It's shut down for a year.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a prototype, as Thad tells me. You know what wasn't a prototype and worked religiously? The log jammer.
Shit always floats to the top. I don't get me wrong, I like the log jammer, but
Yeah, I get it.
Pretty much get into that 5-seater poo basket. They just pretty much, flush the handle. That's what gets you going on the jammer.
What would be amazing? Like if they brought it back as like a toilet situation.
Oh.
Could you imagine? Like you go full theme park. Like, it's like the whole thing's like, all right, here we go, and you get flushed, and you go out, and you go around, and then the hill. And the cars are shaped like poo.
Yeah.
I could say the whole thing would work. I mean, it would be amazing. I can see why you don't do it, but still, it would be amazing.
And then at the end of it, they would have like this. You would get all the way down into this big toilet bowl where you just went in a circle.
Oh yeah.
And then just like this phantom door would open up right toward the end and go out.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It would be amazing. When you got off, they'd have like toilet paper and hand sanitizer for you.
Yeah. Be the best.
Some dude wipes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fart sounds interjected as you go through.
You're going around like you're going up the first hill. It's like, oh, you're riding to the colon.
It continues as you're waiting in line.
Yeah. Oh. It's just nothing but like, I shouldn't have eaten at Taco Bell.
Yeah. Well, that's what will be all the signs all around you, like fried food.
Yeah.
Onions.
Yeah. Yeah, like You just stay in the line, you just hear people going, oh, upset stomach, diarrhea. There's an Alka-Seltzer commercial as you're going.
Let's go to the poo coaster.
Keep your mouth closed at all times.
Right. Daddy, ride this one with me. Not today, son. Not today.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's called lawn water you're drinking. I don't care what they say. That shit ain't filtered. It was fucking green.
That and the
It was green. It was river water.
yeah. What's the other one? The
Raging Rapids.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just a mouth of Giardia. So I never really liked those rides because I want to go and get wet on the rides. Well, number one, you're uncomfortable for the rest of the day.
Oh yeah.
Then you got to fucking change, and then you're carrying around wet clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
To me. Number two is I don't trust the water.
Yeah.
That's in the rides.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I get that.
I can't.
Yeah, I get that.
I've never seen any kind of treatment plant there.
No.
You know, think about it. The water has to be treated. I don't know.
I get it.
You know they're pumping that shit up from the lawn.
Yeah.
You gotta be. There's no way they're paying that water bill.
Just running a straw.
Maybe the new owners did.
Yeah.
But back when we went.
Oh yeah. That was.
That little thing, the paddle boats, that thing was covered in filth.
Oh yeah, that lake.
Yeah, it looked like a
pond. Yeah.
Hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even dip my paw in there.
No.
It's disgusting. There wasn't even any wildlife that even went around that fucking thing.
No.
There wasn't even frogs or tadpoles or
No.
nothing.
No, there was nothing living in that pond.
No, it was like
except for yuck.
Oh, just filth. Sewage. The only thing that was, it's funny because, I mean, like, it reminds me of, like, those lakes you see that are absolutely, completely poisonous because nothing grows around them.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the wilderness, like, don't ever drink that water,
yeah.
guys. If you don't see vegetation around it.
Yeah, like acid pond.
Yeah, that's what that was to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was never.
No.
It's disgusting. It always stank.
Yeah.
It still stinks.
Yeah.
Smells. Literally smells like shit.
Yeah, like, let's take a romantic little paddle boat. Not that.
Yeah. Even the haunted hideaway stunk.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the same water.
Yeah.
It was nasty business, the water rides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even like drinking out of the fountains. I didn't.
Well, except for the mushroom one where it was like, that was well water.
Yeah. Mushroom fountain was good.
Yeah.
It was cold, dude.
That's because that's straight from the tap. Anyway.
Right.
You can send us an email like Thad does each and every week, and that email address is pittsburghnerd@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd. We're very, very easy to find. And we are on a number of podcasting networks. You can find us on the Tangent Bound Network, the Weeby Geeks Network, and the Pod Breed Network. Just give them a Google search, and you can find all the other great podcasts they have to offer. And lastly, as always, want to thank you, dear listener, for taking the time to check us out each and every week. We can't thank you enough for your support.
Thank you.
And on that note, the dreamer has awakened.
Peace.